This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Oh, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. This little hope of mine, I'm gonna let it rise. Oh, this little hope of mine, I'm gonna let it rise. This little hope of mine, I'm gonna let it rise. Let it rise, let it shine, let it rise. All right. Well, I'm not going to say Happy New Year to you because we understand that the New Year is a biblical. But I want to wish you a happy day every day and every year. And with that, brothers and sisters, I'm going to say, bow your heads, let us pray. Father Yah, we come to you today. We come to you with love and joy in our hearts. We thank you for everything you've done for us in the past and in the future. Father Yah, we just love you so. Father Yah, we come with you with an open mind and an open heart. We come with you with ears to hear and a thought to receive. Father Yah, we know we are not deserving of the things that you've done, Father, and the things that you're going to do. Father, but we thank you for it, the water, Father. The water, Yah, Ha, thank you for your love. The water, Kaya Kai, thank you for this life. The water, Kaya Sayawam, thank you for the peace that you give unto us. The water, Kaya Kel, thank you for everything. The water, Kaya Hab, thank you for your love. Father, we just thank you. The water, the water, the water. Continue to walk with us and keep us and love us as only you can, Abba. As only you can. Thank you for your healing, Father. Father, we pray for those who are sick, who are without, and those who are hungry, Father. We just pray that you touch their hearts, their mind, their souls, Father. We thank you for Masayaki Hawashai, our King, our Savior, our friend, our minister, teacher, mediator, the water, Masayaki Hawashai. Thank you for being all those things for such an unworthy people as us. And with that, Father, again, I just want to say, the water Yahweh, the water Masayaki Hawashai. Hadalaya, Hadalaya, Hadalaya. All right, today's class is a class it's a class that one I want to talk to you, but it's a very important class because today's class is about how to overcome evil. And I know at first you probably say, well, I know how to do that. I have an answer for that. You know, I do it all the time. But there are some evils that we have to understand that are small that grow to be great. You know, and a lot of times we do some evils that we don't even know we're doing because the mob Hasatan will use you to create animosity for others. And I'm going to explain that. Because sometimes we do things because we can't think outside of ourselves and we do not realize that we're being used by Hasatan. And it's most people do this that don't understand there's always a connection to almost everything we do to the people that are around us in an environment that we are in. You know, and I'm going to prove it to you later on because I want you to take a test when you're by yourself and you're going to notice what I am saying is the truth. You know, we're going to talk about four things in general, and subtlety, subtlety, in things that Hasatan uses us. Uh, who's the true targets that he's trying to attack, and when he's using us, or if the attack is used to hurt us, because it can go both ways. Hasatan is never a one-shot thing. He used multiple ways to harm you and to harm others. And three, uh, making everything about you. That's another trick of the Hasatan. And D, what is his primary objective of whatever that evil intent is? So we gotta start in this time. I'm not gonna say New Year, but moving forward, we have to start evaluating these things and making sure that that Hasatan is not using us as a puppet or using us for chaos or using us as destruction. Now, the first verse I'm going to give you is one that you must remember when you start thinking about as I go through these, when we talk about the different scenarios, to get a better understanding of what I'm trying to get you to understand. Now, first one is Romans 12 and 21. And it says, Romans 12 and 21, be not overcome of evil, but overcome evil with good. I'm going to repeat that. Be not overcome of evil, but overcome evil with good. Now that is a very important verse, because if you can keep that focused in your head, even when you are going to certain things, you're going to realize that is the solution. And all that really comes to a lot of time is overcome of evil is thinking positive. Now we'll talk about that, looking at the better of it than always looking at the worst. I always say Hasatan don't like you to be positive or thinking positive, even when he things are going bad, or sorry, not as you will want them to go. So when you think about that, when things are not going your way, or not working out the way you want, but you can still think positive, that pisses Hasatan off, because she's not meeting one of its objectives, to stress you out, to create a ball of emotion in you, which he will use later on to attack someone else. Well, so I'm going to give you an example of that before I go on, because I'm going to talk about subtlety. The devil always used subtlety to hurt people. Not only you, but he used it to hurt your family members, your friends, your brothers, your sisters, whoever may be around you. You know, and subtlety could be the little things that he know pisses you off, or the little things that he know that creates unnecessary emotion, because it is unnecessary emotion. Example, if someone leaves a cup on the table, and then you don't like the cup being on the table, or someone says something to you in a higher pitch or a lower pitch, you're evaluating it too much. Uh, uh, or you could say someone yelling at you, and they trying to talk to you from another room. Why are you yelling at me? Things like that are unnecessary. He's yelling at you because he's on the other side of the room. It and that's part of where it comes into the true target, making it about you, and trying to figure out the primary objective for that statement. Now, subtlety are the little things that prompt you to say certain things. Hasatan know that. He knows you, been you around you his whole life. You have to slow to speak and quick to listen. You have to realize, all of you, that in all relationship, if you want to build your relationship with your husband, you want to build your relationship with your wife, these things you have to stop. You can't. I always say, never say the first thing that Hasatan tell you to say out your mouth. That's why it's always slow to speak. Because if you say something without thinking, then who is doing the thinking for you? It's Hasatan. And he knows whatever you say is going to cause some kind of chaos, or going to kind of some kind of feeling on the other side. The person may not say nothing to you, or mention it, but it did. Until one day they blow up and they say, I'm sick and tired of you saying that. Now Hasatan knew that. Every time he added, he's pushing that person. Now he's on that other side of that person, telling him, see what he said? See, you knew she was going to say that. You know she was going to say that. You knew he was going to say that. Whatever it is, and it creates more animosity. It's creating animosity and chaos. You're not even a true target. That's what I mean by subtlety and not being a true target. The target could be your husband. The target could be your daughter. The target could be your wife. So those little smart comments that you make, or those little things that you do that pisses off another person, that you deliberately do, or you just don't care, you have to be vigilant. That is to target another person. It's not about you, making it about you. So if the person comes to you and they say, you know, they say something smart to you, and then you get upset because they said something smart to you because of something you've done, then they say, well, you don't like me. You don't like what I did last week. Then you start going places you don't need to go. People do that. So what I'm trying to tell you is that be slow to speak, quick to listen, first of all. Pay attention to the subtleties. Now, some people have different subtleties. What I call is that the devil know you better than you know yourself. I'm just going to tell you the truth. He know you better than you know yourself. That doesn't mean he has control. That just means he knows certain behaviors that you have. You don't have to behave that way. You can be different. You can change. I always tell you, the greatest choice that the greatest thing that the Most High gave you is the freedom to choose. And that's what throws Hasatan off, when you choose the righteous thing, when you choose to be quiet, when you choose to not just say whatever, and then you choose to think about what you say. You choose to not follow him. Because when you do those things, you are following him. So with the little subtleties that he may use, or the little, I call emotional builders, that he used for different people to build them up to a point where they blow up, or they stress out, or they can't function properly, because his objective is for you not to function properly. The objective for you is to create chaos in your environment. His objectives, of all these objectives, you don't have just one. The objective is to make whatever it is, whatever you're doing, as stressful and uncomfortable to you as possible. So therefore, you will make it stressful and uncomfortable to everybody else around you. And I say this to you out of love, brothers and sisters, because we have to overcome evil. We got to think outside of ourselves. Why am I saying this? What purpose does it have any positive to it? Is it righteous? Is it according to the Most High? Now, I tell you this because spirits are in you. Now, I'm going to give you Luke 10:17-20. So you got to understand that they're always around you. These evil spirits are always around you. It's just that, but you still have control. Now, I'm going to give you Luke 10:17-20. And it reads, "And the 70 returned again with joy, saying, Yahweh, Even the devils are subjected unto us through thy name. And he said unto them, I beheld Satan as lightning fall from the heavens. Behold, I give you unto you power to tread on the serpent and scorpions, and over all the powers of the enemy, and nothing shall by any means hurt you. Notwithstanding, in this rejoice not that the spirits are subjected unto you. That means they're still going to come unto you. But rather rejoice because your names are written in heaven. Now, reason why I gave you that is because these are the 70 he sent out with the 12 apostles Christ did. And then the 70 went out and he gave them certain powers and abilities and gave them instructions to go out to feed the sheep. But when they return joyous. And when they return, these are the Bible verses they give you, Luke 17, 10 to 17 through 10 and 20. So they're coming back and they're telling you that, yeah, we rebuked those Satan. We beat them up. We beat those demons up, basically. Even though they came at us, even though they attacked us, even though they tried to do what they normally do. So you are given that power too with the grace of Mashiach Yahweh Shai. When he died on that cross, you inherit that because you are now part of his light. So yes, you can defeat the serpents. Yes, Luke 19 and 19. Behold, I give unto you the power to tread the serpents and the scorpions and over all the powers of the enemy, and nothing shall by any means hurt you. Yes. So that's where you don't have that fear. I mean, it comes with things, you know. You have to do something to gain that power. You know, James 4 and 7. James 4 and 7 says, submit yourself therefore to Elohim. Resist the devil and he will flee from you. You have to resist him. He's just not going to just say, no, I'm not going to get involved. He's not going to say, no, I'm not going to do anything. You have to resist him. You are in control. You have the control. Satan do not have it. He does not have control over you. He can't make you say nothing. He can't make you do nothing. He can't make you get involved with anything that's not of Yah. He can't. You have to choose to do it. So you can say, well, I can't help myself when you say something. That's a lie. You can. You know how you know that for a fact? Because you'll probably go into your job the next day and you're working with your boss and you saying a lot of things you're not saying a lot of things that you want to say. You're around people that you don't know and you're not saying a lot of things that you want to say. So why can't you get around your family and your friends and the people who love you where you feel comfortable and you say, well, I couldn't help myself. Lie. I know you heard this before. People been saying this for years, and we have to connect this because people say people who go to their jobs every day, they can take orders from their boss, they can take orders from their managers, they can take orders and they can be silent. Then they go home to their husband and then they can't be silent. Now, who you suppose that your husband is the head of your household? Not your bank, not your job, not those people. You should show a form of respect, just like you should show respect for your husband. But the Most High is looking more at how well you treat your husband than the way you treat them, because He is your head. And I'm not going into that, but That's to me is common sense. So you submit yourself therefore to Elohim, resist the devil, and he will flee from you. Now he will flee from you. Now ain't mean he ain't coming back. Okay? So when he flee, that don't mean that do not mean he's not coming back. Now how we know that? Matthew 12 and 43 to 12 and 45 tells you that. Matthew 12 and 43 tells you when the unclean spirits are gone out of a man, he walketh through dry places, seeking rest, and findeth none. Then he said, I will return into my house from whence I came out. And when he is come, he findeth it empty, swept, and garnished. Then he goeth and he taketh with him 7 other spirits more wicked than himself, and they enter in and dwell there. In the last state, that man is worse than the first. Even so shall it be also until the wicked generations. You can't shake these spirits. Even if you clean your house, you invite them back in. The ones that you got rid of, they're gonna bring more powerful ones to come back in. And that makes sense. I want you to think about that. If you are a wicked spirit and you're weak and they punch you and that punch didn't hurt you, he's gonna bring a stronger and bigger wicked spirit to punch you to make it harder, to make it hurt. I mean, human beings. If I hit you or you hit me and you hit me the first time and it hurts, but it don't hurt that much, and I brush it off, you're gonna call back and hit me even harder, even 7 times. I'm just using a metaphor because you want to hurt me. Hasatan is aware of that too. So that's why you always have to be vigilant. That's why you always have to be on your toes. You know, 1 Corinthians 6 and 19 says, what? Know ye not that your body is a temple of the Kodash, the Holy Ghost, which is in you, which ye have Elohim, and ye are not your own? So when you understand that your temple, your body is of the Holy Ghost, which is in you, which ye have Elohim, and ye are not of your own. So you're not. So the devil is trying to steal you because you don't even belong to you. You belong to the Most High. I want you to catch that. You don't even own yourself. So you're sitting there in limbo, and the devil trying to steal you, or the Most High trying to steal you. Not trying to steal you, but trying to accept you, because he ain't gonna steal you. He's just gonna give you the truth and let the truth be what it is. But the devil is gonna lie and deceive you to steal you away. We all belong to the Most High. But the Most High is gonna give you that ability to choose. You can follow him or you can follow Hasatan. Now, if it was up to Hasatan, he wouldn't even give you the ability to choose. He'd just snatch you down there. I'm telling you the truth. He wouldn't even let you choose. And that's the difference. He gives you a choice. He wants you to want to be with him. He wants you to want to love him. He wants you to want to serve him. He wants you to want to serve your fellow human beings, your brothers and sisters. Like he said, you know, when you give to the poor, when you give to the sick, when you help the widow, when you do all these things in this world, you're doing it for him. He's serving. Now, we always got to remember with Hasatan, even with the small things, you know, controlling what we say, watching what we do. Now, some people will get agitated, uh, get upset on their own. I'm going to talk about that. The Hasatan know who you are. He know how you act. Don't give him the certain behaviors that he know that's going to tend to make you go in a certain direction. And so I give you an example. Uh, I know someone who if they're doing something and it becomes stressful, they start making noise like and they may make it. And I'm not picking on nobody. They may even know what I'm talking about. I'm just using them as an example. But when they do that, they invite spirits because when they invite spirits, the spirits hear those noises. They feel the content and they come. And remember, they don't come by one. So whatever you're doing is going to keep getting a little harder, or you're going to keep making mistakes because you're calling them. You're almost calling the demons to come make whatever hard because they see that you're getting aggravated. So they're gonna keep coming. They're gonna keep making little things happen. When you could calm down, you can walk away if it takes for it, and you can come back and say, "Oh, I got this. It's not a big deal. I didn't expect anything to work out perfectly." And I'm going to talk about that later. Those particular words. So in First Peter, you got to understand in all things you do, even the smallest things you do, because you may not be the target. The people may be in a room. You may bring a spirit in there because you getting so upset and everybody's like, "Oh, what's wrong with her?" Then they act. Then you bringing the spirits in there. You're doing it. Sometimes it's good to be quiet and work through whatever you're working at. Just work through it. Patience. We'll talk about that. So First Peter 5:8 says, "Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour." I'm gonna repeat that. First Peter 5:8. Be sober, be vigilant. Because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walks about, seeking whom he may devour. He's always trying to devour you. With little subtle thing, he know he can put this in there, put this in there, and it get to a point where everybody in the whole room or the whole house is miserable because you were miserable. That's his objective there, to cause chaos, because you are not the true target. The target was probably your husband. The target was probably your kid. Your target was somebody else, but he used you and you allowed him. Stop allowing him, people. All you have to do is the secret is just to think positive and verbally out loud, because words have power. They really do. If you tell somebody you love them in real life, it has power. If you tell somebody you love them in your head, does it have any power? No. They're going to ask you, well, why didn't you say you love me? See, that's the same with Hasatan. Hasatan understand that words have power. So just like when you speak negative words out, that has power. You get positive words out, that has power. And sometimes you just got to speak it to yourself. If you're going through something and you're working at something and it ain't working out the way you want to work at, you just say out loud, it's going to be good, Father. I got this. It's all right. I know you got me, and it's all right. Now, I'm going to give you some of the things that, because a lot of people don't give you solutions on how to fix these problems or how to help you with these problems. I'm going to give you some. I'm going to give you 6 things that I think that will help you with the Most High using you to create chaos, using you to create stress, using you to create animosity, using you to make you think everything is about you, because you're not the target. Making you think it's about you, it is how he create the emotion in you. Creating that emotion in you is targeting everybody else. And if you can't see past the emotion you feeling, you don't see the hurt or the harm or the chaos you causing in the surroundings that you're doing. You don't. You stuck in your feelings. That's what we say. That's all you see. Now you may see it later on, but that's too late. The devil created this chaos. He created what he wanted to create. He met his objective. And he used you to do it. Now I'm gonna give you this right here. I'm gonna give you these 7 things that will help you through this. Learn patience. That's the first one. So whatever you're doing, if it ain't working out right, learn patience. Don't get upset. Don't get stressed. Most things, especially with computers and stuff like that, are human errors. Why are you upset? If it's it's most likely it's a human error. So figure out the human error, which is you. Take your time and be patient, no matter what it is. Just do it. Try not to get agitated or stressed over small things. They're small things. Step away if you have to. If you're doing something for somebody, let them know that it ain't working out. You want to take a break and you'll go back to it. They will understand, or they will probably assist you. But no stress, no anger, no emotion. I call it unnecessary emotion. The devil uses emotion to do his deed. Remember always that all things work for the glory of the Most High. So if something ain't working out or something don't work, then maybe it wasn't meant for you to have. But you can keep trying. But if you keep trying and it just doesn't work, maybe it just wasn't meant for you to have. Learn how to accept that. Or ask somebody for help. Go on YouTube if it's something that you can look up on YouTube. But if it's something that just doesn't work, then it just doesn't work. Just do your best. That's all you can do. Try always to think positive. That's number 4. Hasatan hates when you focus more on the good instead of the bad. He hates it. He hates it with a passion. And he hates when you verbally say it out loud. Don't you want to upset him? Don't you want to make him not happy in you? Don't you want to not please him? If we don't want to not please Hasatan, say positive things. Do positive things. And not for you, for others. Don't make it about you. Number 5, always be vigilant, like I said earlier. But remember, you don't have to constantly keep focus. Don't constantly keep focus on the negative things around you. Try to think of the positive things around you. But be prepared if it does go wrong. Does that make sense? I can think about the things that could go wrong, and I can say, okay, I can prepare for that. If it go wrong here, I'm going to do this. If it go wrong here, I'm going to do that. If it go wrong here, I'm going to do that. And that's okay. But don't focus on it's just going to go wrong. Everything's going to go wrong. Then that's when Hasatan is using you. Because you too focus on things going wrong to pay attention to the things that are going good. And of course, the Hasatan is going to make something go wrong. He's going to, because he controls people around him. Because they are not of Yah, they are of him. So he can manipulate their behavior to meet what he wants. So you got to think outside the box. You got to think past yourself. It's not your friend. Number 5, remember Yah loves you. Now, why do I say that? Why do I say remember Yah loves you? And if you say you love Yah, this is a very important one. And if you say you love Yah, you have to believe that. And you have to believe that he loves you. So what do that mean? That means you can't go around denigrating yourself. You can't The devil tell you something. I'm stupid. You can't believe crap like that. I'm ugly. You can't believe that crap. And God made all his creatures beautiful. Now you may not be as pretty as someone and this over there or there, but God made all his creatures beautiful. You have a beauty that he gave you. If you refuse to see it, then ain't no one gonna be able to help you with that. God loves you. You have to learn how to accept that. You can't demigrate yourself. You can't let the devil. Ain't no way in hell the devil can ever tell me I'm stupid. I don't care what I do. If I do something wrong, even if I did something what some people consider stupid, you know, oh, that was stupid what you did. That's an error I made. I made a mistake. I'll do better next time. Maybe I was ignorant of certain things, but that's all it is. Because what Hasatan do is he'll tell you you're stupid, then he'll go in your life and then he'll tell you, oh, you're always stupid, you're always messing up, you're always this. And that's another thing. That comes to my next one. Don't use words like perfect, never, or always. You're not always nothing. Okay? You ain't always happy. You ain't always sad. You're not always nothing. That's another trick of the devil. We are human beings and we're not always anything. And we're not never anything. Yes, I just said that. You ain't never not late. You ain't never late. You're not never anything. So when we use words like never and always, we're setting ourselves up for failure. Like if for I give you an example, if I tell somebody I will always be there for you, and I don't show up one day, maybe I had a car accident, maybe I got sick. Now I just told a lie. When I could have simply said I will do my best to always try to help you. I will do my best, but that's all I can do. Now, if that person found out, he said that's what he said. He would do his best. He was sick. He couldn't come. But if I tell you I will always be there, then I put myself in a position where I am destined and almost 100% is going to fail. Because another point is when someone say you will always be there for them, how do you know when you have to be there? What do that mean? So if they fall down the stairs and I wasn't there to catch them, was I always there for them? No. And I know you saying that simple, but no, but some people will take that literally. So you don't use words like that. You say, I will be there best I can for you. I will always try to be there to the best of my ability. To the best of my ability. That put in a grade. And it's an understandable grade. And perfect. Everything is perfect. No, everything ain't never perfect. Now, I'm going to tell you the truth. You may like it a lot, but to someone else, it's not perfect. So now you're setting yourself up for failure. If I do something for you, I'm telling you why you don't use these words. And if I do something for you, whoever you are watching this video, and I believe it's perfect, and I go in there and think it's perfect, and you look at me and say you don't like it, what did I just do to my ego? What did I do to myself? I thought it was perfect. Who told you it was perfect? There's nothing perfect. That's why the Bible said, be ye perfect. He said, ye mean trying to achieve to be perfect. Because you ain't going to be the only one that was perfect because Mashiach Yahushua, you ain't nothing you're going to do on this earth is perfect. Someone will find fault in it. Fact. And never say the word never. I would never do this. I would never say that. I would never say, you know what, you just stay away from that word. They say I will do my best to always speak with you with respect. I will do my best to do this. I will do my best. Don't say I will never do that to you. I will never do that. Circumstances may require you to do certain things. So don't say never. Just don't say it. And if you never do it, whatever it is you say it don't, then you didn't do it. Good for you. But don't put yourself in that situation, because I would never lie to you. I would never. And then during they found out you lied to them. Why'd you say that? You always say, I will do my best. I will do my best to always give you accurate information as I can. That is what I will do. Is that hard to say? Is that saying I'm gonna lie to you? No, that's just saying that there are certain circumstances I can only know the truth to a certain point, and it can make me look like a liar. That's just life. So 3 words you try to stay from: perfect, always, and never in conversations. This is normal conversations. Then you ain't setting yourself up for failure with anybody. I will do my best. Why is that hard to say? If you're arguing with your wife, and I've done this by sometimes, I say you never do this, and I have to correct myself. I don't mean never. It just came out that way. You do these things for me. You didn't do it at this time, but you do them, and that's an incorrect statement. I've done that. Or say always, and I have to catch myself, because I do not believe that sometimes when you're talking, you're having a conversation, it slips. But I always try to stay away, just like I said, I always try to stay away from those words. I just did it. See the slip? I tried to stay away from those words. I slipped right there. Good example on the video. Family, I want to leave number 5. Remember, Yah loves you. I want to leave with that one, because that one is very important. That means you can't say you're a child of Yah, that He resides in you, and you cannot go around saying that you're stupid, you're dumb, you're ugly, you don't do nothing right, you don't do. That's a lie of the devil. Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody corrects themselves. You are no different than anybody else. And if anybody tells you that, they are a liar. So what you have to do is have peace with yourself. If you mess up something, you come to terms with it, you be truthful, you admit it, and you move forward. Then you try to find a way better to do it. If you do something wrong, you say something wrong to your husband, to your wife, you apologize. Oh, I'm sorry, I was out of character. Please forgive me. I am going to try to work hard on making myself better to not do that no more. And mean it. Don't just say it. And don't be looking for whatever you do for someone to give you a quick response because you do it correctly the next time. People are waiting for patterns. They got to see a pattern of constantly doing it or saying something that don't offend them, and a pattern. So then maybe, even if they don't do it in the future, they have to see a pattern. And that takes time. Not a day, not a week, not an hour. Sometimes it takes years. And a person may say, you really changed. I've been watching you and I've saw the changes. You let them tell you that. In the meantime, you're not doing it to hear them say that. You're doing it because you feel like you need that change. And if you feel like you need that change, stop looking for approval to someone to recognize you doing it. Simply do it. That's all you have to do. If you do it, you see less arguments. If you do it, you see less complaints. If you do it, therefore you know it's working. No one have to tell you. If 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 I see a guy, if there's a bully and a bully, he every time he see me, he punch me in the chest and make me. And if I'm a kid, and make me cry. And if the bully come to me and say, you know, I'm gonna stop punching you in the chest, and he stopped, will I not? And he actually stopped. Will I not see the improvement? Do we need to say anything? Do I need to say anything? I would see when I can walk around, my chest don't hurt. He see when I'm walking around and I can talk to him and he ain't punching me in my chest. The thing is, when you correct yourself, stop looking for any type of approval. Just simply correct yourself and make yourself better in the name of the Most High. Whether with your wife or whether with your husband or whether with your friends, it doesn't matter. Don't be looking for something in return other than you doing the righteous thing. That's it. With that, brothers and sisters, this class was on, you know, how to overcome evil. And like I said, pay attention to the subtle things Hasatan used to try to distract you, to create the emotional distress, to target other people in your family, or even to target yourself. Don't make everything about you. If your husband walk in the house or your wife walk in the house and they tired and and you say, how you doing? And they're tired, don't make it about you. Well, what did I do? He's tired. That's looking past yourself, saying, maybe he's tired. He came in from work, but he huffed. It ain't about me. So one of the things that will help any marriage is looking past yourself. If your wife come in, she's tired, immediately you should be thinking she's tired. So whatever she do, you don't take personal. In fact, you try to make it easier for her if you know she had a long day at work. That is what you do. Instead of worrying about it, she huff, puff, she lay there, she don't give you no attention. Maybe she's tired. It ain't about you. Maybe he's tired. It's not about you. Maybe he had something at his work happen. Maybe she had something at her work happen. It ain't about you. The world do not revolve around you. People live outside of your emotions. Anybody out there. So what I'm trying to tell you all, remember that. And remember the primary objective of the evil intent. Meaning, if you're getting ready to say something smart, what is the intent of that? What is the intent? Is that to help the person you're being smart to? Is that to help you? What is the intent? The intent is to cause chaos. The intent is to cause problem. If it's up to Hasatan, that intent is that person to put violent hands on you. Yes, on you, and you said the comment. He ain't your friend. So when you can't control your mouth, you think it's cute? He ain't your friend. You know, I'm gonna tell you a short story. I remember growing up in Detroit. I think I was like 14, 15 years old. And I remember I was walking down the street and I saw these three young ladies walking. They could have been like 15, 16-year-old girls. And these guys was driving by in the car, and this is a true story. They were driving by, and they were hollering at the girls, trying to holler at them. And one of the girls was walking, and she said, "F you, F you," and she's shaking her, and she's walking back. That guy got out, parked that car, and his two friends, one of them got out and came out and started beating that girl down to the ground. Now that was a sick young man. But did she have to say all that? Did she have to do that? Did he have to flirt? No. But she has to understand, being wise, they don't know what that man is thinking. They don't know what evil is in his heart. Now the guy was just flirting, but he wasn't. He wasn't. And I know you women are like, well, why does he flirt? That's what men do. Does it make it right? Yes or no? Let me tell you, there's nothing. It's another word, fair. And that people say, well, that's not fair, one way or the other. There's nothing fair in this world. I keep asking someone to please tell me what's fair in this world. There's nothing fair, really, and there's nothing equal. You get what you get when you get it, and most of the time it's according to the Most High, And if you believe working with Hasatan, it's just being in the right place at the right time when you're dealing. If you ain't with the Most High, you just getting things because you're at the right place, and Hasatan is all feeding it to you because he want to keep you in sin. One of the others. Because if you're serving the Father, you ain't doing a lot of things that people are doing, that you trying to get those things, worldly things. You don't care about those worldly things. So, but anyway, what I'm trying to tell you is, if she would have just walked forward and did just say the first thing that came out of her mouth, that's my point. Now, you know who made her say that? Because Hasatan, because he knew that wicked man's spirit. He knew that wicked man's spirit, and then he made her, and then brought it on. Now, I'm not saying it was right, so don't go saying, oh, he was dead wrong. He shouldn't put his hand on a woman anyway. But the point is that Hasatan will make you say things to create chaos, but you don't have to follow him. You don't. No matter how good you think it's going to make you feel to say it, or how powerful he making you go feel at that moment. Most of the time, statements like that are said to create chaos, anger, disappointment, or something else, with someone else being the true target. But sometimes you can end up a target like that young lady. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. Don't make it about yourself. And remember the primary objective of the evil intent. Whatever you getting ready to say, or whatever smart ass comment you about to say, any of that. And then just remember, learn patience. Try not to get stressed and over the small things, and don't do the grunts and the noises. Don't invite spirits. I call them inviting spirits. If you got to get away from it, step away from it. Remember always that all things work out for the glory of the Most High. Try always to think positive. Try always to think positive. Hasatan hate when you focus on the positive, even if you're in a negative situation. He hates it. And verbally say it. Just like when you tell someone you love them, it means more. It has more power. Verbally saying out loud, Hasatan, you have no power here. Everything gonna be okay. Works the same way. Always be vigilant, and remember that you don't have to stay constantly worried and that everything gonna go wrong, but still prepare. But prepare if it does. So when you prepare, you have less stress because you prepare for it. Oh, if it go wrong, I got it. I prepare for it. So there's no stress. Remember, Yah loves you. Remember, Yah loves you. I can say that one more time. Remember, Yah loves you. And try not to use words like perfect, always, and or never. These words can lead to disappointment and are not helpful most of the time. Just the truth. And with that, brothers and sisters, I'm going to say I love you. You take care. You will always be in my prayers. always. And with that, I say, may the hope, may the Most High be with you. All praises to the Most High.